What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. The disgraced Conor Benn, who was promoted by Eddie Hearn, the Puff Daddy of boxing promoters, always in the video. He did an interview on AFL TV. I think he got a fight that he's promoting out in the UK, a domestic level fight featuring two guys I never heard of, so I'm not going to get into details about what fight he was at, that he was putting on Saturday. But Conor Benn, who outside of Anthony Joshua is one of the biggest names under Matchroom Boxing, he was supposed to take on Chris Eubanks Jr. That fight was supposed to be a mega matchup that was supposed to take place in the UK in late 2022. But due to the fact that Conor Benn popped dirty, you know, he says that it was a misunderstanding, miscommunication, that he passed several tests prior to the proposed matchup with Chris Eubanks Jr. That it was one test that came back that said that he was dirty, and he says don't pay no attention to that particular dirty test. Look at the test that I took prior to that. I passed all those tests. All those tests came back negative. I want to focus on this one dirty test. But I got an easy solution to that, Conor. Just let everybody see the B sample. If the B sample comes back negative, then there's nothing to see here, like you said. But if the B sample comes back positive, then you dirty, just like many people in the boxing industry suspect. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But his promoter, Eddie Hearn, the Puff Daddy of boxing promoters, always in the video. Now his reputation is taking a hit too now. You know, people been going in on him here recently because he's out here trying to politic for Conor Benn. He's trying to open up all kind of escape routes for Conor Benn to escape out of, saying that Conor Benn has done nothing wrong, Conor Benn is innocent, Conor Benn will get the last laugh, this, that, and the third. But we have not seen anything concrete that will give us any other conclusion that Conor Benn is dirty. Now, like I said, if he believes that he really is innocent, he should demand that the BBB OC, or the BBOC, I don't know if it's 2 B's or 3 B's, but that's neither here nor there, the British Board of Control, which is the leading boxing entity as far as licensing fighters out there in the UK, they said that they're not going to pay no attention to what the WBC, who's all about money, led by Mauricio Suleiman, they're not going to pay no attention to their finding. Their finding is saying that there's nothing to see here, that it was credible reasons, or he's got a credible excuse that the reason why he popped dirty. And they cited eggs. That was the WBC said. Eggs contain the same ingredients that led to the PEDs that were found. Right? Notice I said PEDs plural, not singular. The PEDs that were found in Conor Benn's system. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about what Eddie Hearn said as far as Conor Benn is definitely going to fight in the summer of 2023. They're looking at the month of July, and he named, well, he says 3 possible opponents. You know, and he basically did not name but one of the 3, but he said they're looking at 3 opponents. But the one he did talk about was Chris Eubanks Jr. That they're looking to revisit that fight that, like I said, fell by the wayside because of Conor being popped dirty. You know, he said, Eddie Hearn said that he talked with Conor. Conor Benn wants to knock Chris Eubanks' head off his shoulders. He's looking to make that fight happen ASAP, and he's even will be willing to fight him at the full weight of 160 pounds. Now, that first fight was supposed to be at a catch weight. I believe it was supposed to be at 155 pounds. And Conor Benn said, we don't have to fight at 155 pounds. We can fight at 160 pounds. I want to just get that joke in the ring. All these things he's been saying since all these allegations have came out. He's been talking real rhymey towards me, and I want to get this guy in the ring and beat this guy as a clean fighter and show him I am the better fighter at this point in time. Now, the reporter for AFL TV mentioned Manny Pacquiao. Now, his advisor, Sean Gibbons, has come out here recently and said that they will be very interesting in a fight with Conor Benn. Now, they had some kind of trepidation earlier because Conor Benn was a dirty fighter. But due to the fact that the WBC came out and basically reinstated Conor Benn and said that he had credible reason to have that type of PEDs in his system because of the eggs. Eggs contain the same ingredients that the PEDs that were found in Conor Benn's system. So it's credible reason why he had those PEDs, and they're willing to rank him at 147 pounds in the top 15. So with that move by the WBC, Sean Gibbons have now come out and said that we're very much interested in the fight with Conor Benn. Now, if that fight takes place, it will take place in Saudi Arabia. As we know, Saudi Arabia is a new hotbed of boxing. They put on several big fights, particularly in the heavyweight division. They put on Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz 2. They put on the fight with Dimitri Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez. And they recently put on Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk 2. So they put on 3 fights, 2 mega fights, and 1 big time fight. So we will see what happens. And we will see what transpires. Now, the third opponent he did not mention. He said it was a mystery opponent. But I'm here to tell you through the sources that I have been talking to that third mystery opponent is Kell Brook. Now, Kell Brook has been getting headline news here recently also, as he was in a video hitting that white girl. I don't mean like physically hitting a white girl. You know, never hit a woman, period. I'm talking about the white girl. You know the white girl I'm talking about. I'm talking about that white girl, that white powder. He was on video snorting cocaine. And, you know, he got a lot of flack. And very well, he should have got a lot of flack from that video because he's one of the biggest names in UK boxing. You know, he rode off into the sunset after a victory over his arch nemesis, Amir Khan. You know, a lot of people were saying that maybe he could fight one more fight against Chris Eubanks Jr. He was looking to make that fight, but he was like, nah, I'm good. I think they did some preliminary negotiations, but he didn't like the money that was being offered. He felt that he was the clear A side, and he basically moved on away from that fight. With all that being said, right after that video came out of him snorting cocaine, there's some rumors that came out that Kell Brook was looking to get back inside that square circle. And I'm hearing from my sources that he is the mystery third opponent that's in position to take on Conor Benn in this comeback fight, which it is a comeback fight after all these allegations and all this turmoil going on. This is what you call a comeback fight. He'll be looking to make a statement in this fight. Fight a credible opponent and make a statement. A lot of people assuming that it's going to be Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. But to get Pacquiao inside that square circle, you're going to at least need to pay him $20 million guaranteed. Now, the Saudi Arabia have deep pockets. They willing to fork out that type of money, then Pacquiao will definitely take that fight. But if they're not, I think Kell Brook is the opponent that will be across the ring from Conor Benn. Now, as far as Chris Eubanks Jr., that's fugazi, that's cap. That's not going to be the next fight for Conor Benn. Eubanks Jr. a couple of weeks ago activated the rematch clause to fight Liam Smith. Now, he got knocked out by Liam Smith inside 4 rounds. I can't remember the exact round, but I know it was inside 4 rounds. I think it was in the second or third round, maybe the 4th round. It was inside 4 rounds. He was doing good before he got caught. He got caught and got knocked down and got finished. And got beaten in dramatic fashion by Liam Smith, which was Smith's biggest win of his career. Now, he has activated the rematch clause, so he will be unavailable for a Conor Benn fight. So that's out the question. So forget about what Eddie Hearn was saying in IFL TV interview, saying that, yeah, Conor Benn wants to fight Chris Eubanks Jr. That'll be a big fight, one of the biggest fights in UK boxing history. We'll be looking to possibly make that fight. He just talking. That fight is not happening. Again, Chris Eubanks Jr. has activated the rematch clause with Liam Smith, so that fight's going to take place in the summer of 2023. So that leaves Manny Pacquiao and Kell Brook, who is that mystery opponent through my sources. And I think that if I have to believe who's going to get that fight, I have to say it'd be Kell Brook, man. I don't think they're going to be able to afford Manny Pacquiao. Maybe decided to come up with that money, $20 million. I'm talking about $20 million guaranteed. Not a potential to make $20 million, but we're going to give you like $5 million guaranteed. And if we do great pay-per-view numbers, you might be able to get up to $20 million. Nah, he going to want $20 million off the rip. If they can't provide that, then he's not getting back inside that square circle. If they're able to provide that, then he'll get back in that square circle and take on Conor Benn. Now, Conor Benn, if he does fight Pacquiao and get the win, he'll have a better win than Virgil Ortiz has up to this point, or Jerome Bruce Ennis has up to this point. Now, a lot of people say, well, shit, Pacquiao is not only past his best days, but he's past his best years. He's been a minute since he's been Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, that ferocious fighter that destroyed all his opponents. It's been a long time since we've seen that Pacquiao. Even in the Keith Thurman fight, he wasn't that dude. He was able to beat inactive Keith Thurman by split decision, but it's been a long time since we've seen the Pacquiao who destroyed Cotto, the Pacquiao who destroyed Hatton, the Pacquiao who destroyed Barrera, the Pacquiao who destroyed Morales in the third fight. You know what I'm saying? That Manny Pacquiao. It's been a long time since we've seen a Pacquiao that destroyed Antonio Margarita. It's been a long time since we've seen a Pacquiao that destroyed Joshua Clottey. Made Joshua Clottey, who was one of the most offensive fighters at 147 pounds, refused to let his hands go because he was scared about what was coming back, the speed and the power of a Manny Pacquiao. It's been a long time since we've seen that Manny Pacquiao, ladies and gentlemen. But he does have a name. If they can get that scalp, you know, that will put him in prime position to be one of the biggest names and the biggest draws in and around 147 pounds. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Very, very interesting news. But Kell Brook is a guy that is more affordable than Manny Pacquiao. You know, he'll take way less than Pacquiao will take, and it'll be a fight that Conor Benn will have a good chance to win. Now, that fight will probably have to be at a catch weight. I don't think Kell Brook can make 147 anymore. He made 147 for the Terence Crawford fight. He did good before he got caught with a punch he didn't see, so maybe he can make 147 pounds, but that was like 2 or 3 years ago. That was during COVID, the fight between Kell Brook and Terence Crawford. But he has a big name in UK boxing. He only has 3 losses. He's lost to the creme de la creme in boxing. He lost to Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. He lost to Terence Crawford, and he lost to Errol Spence Jr. So if you ain't on that elite level, you ain't beating Kell Brook. So this will be a good test for Conor Benn. Even Kell Brook, who's on the back 9 of his career, he's still a solid and very effective and very intelligent fighter. So if he can get a win and beat him in a more dominant fashion than Errol Spence Jr., that will put him in a good position at 147 pounds. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard.Briscoe.3551. Like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I'll holler.